Prophet ﷺ says, whoever humbles themselves for the sake of Allah, Allah will raise their rank. So if we look at humility, being humble and being arrogant. So on one extreme, you have someone who's proud and arrogant. They think they are better than others. They compare themselves to others. They say, they think in the back of their mind, I have more wealth than this person. I have a higher status than this person. That shows in their behavior or in their speech or in their actions. This is arrogance and pride. In the middle, you have humility. Humility with self-respect. But on the other edge, the other extreme, you have the opposite. What is the opposite of pride? Lack of self-esteem. When you feel yourself so low, you lower yourself below your actual status and you let people take advantage of you. Maybe you let people harm you. You lower yourself below the degree that you should. The Prophet ﷺ says, لا ينبغي للمؤمن أن يذل نفسه. A believer should not humiliate themselves. There's being humble, and then there's self-humiliation. And then on the other extreme, you have arrogance and pride. And we want to know, how can we live the middle ground here? Israfil alayhi salam descends at the beginning of the Prophet ﷺ's prophethood. And he says to the Prophet ﷺ, you have two options. You can be a king prophet, or you can be a servant prophet. What do you want to do? You have Dawood and Sulaiman, kings. Not just prophets, kings. They had palaces, they had armies. Like this, they would change the direction of the wind. Dawood alayhi salam, he holds metal and it just melts in his hands. You can be like that, or you can be a servant prophet. What do you prefer? And the Prophet ﷺ says, I want to be a servant prophet. Don't make me a king prophet. This was from his character, that he always preferred humility. He wanted to be one with his people. And Israfil responds to him, because you have chosen to humble yourself, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah will give you what you asked for. You will be a servant prophet, but, and this is the rule, this is the principle. The Prophet ﷺ says, whoever humbles themselves for the sake of Allah, Allah will raise their rank.